Welcome to Channel Maths for Gadgets. Today I am going to start a brand new topic, Laplace transform. This is the first lecture of this topic, so let's start. If f of t is any function of t for t greater than 0, then Laplace transform of this function is denoted by L f of t, and this equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st ft dt. Okay, and this equals to some function of s. Okay, this improper integral will be convergent for some value of s. Okay, we will see that later on for what value of s, and this parameter s. For the time being, let's consider this parameter as real, but later on we will realize that it will be more useful to consider s as complex number. Okay, and now a little advice from my side. In my whole lecture video, I will take function of t as capital F of t, okay, and its Laplace transform as small f s. Okay, now let's find the Laplace transform of some elementary function such as 1 t raised to power n e raised to power at sin at cos at sin hyperbolic at and cos hyperbolic at. Now let's find the Laplace transform of 1. So Laplace transform of 1, this equals to integration 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st, and in place of f of t we have 1, so into 1 dt. Okay, so this improper integral will only be convergent when s is greater than 0. Okay, so on integrating we have minus 1 over s e raised to power minus st, limit from 0 to infinity. Okay, so on putting limit we have minus 1 over s 0 minus 1, and this equals to 1. Okay, hence Laplace transform of 1 equals to 1 over s. Okay, Laplace transform t raised to power n. Okay, so Laplace transform of t raised to power n. Okay, so this equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st t raised to power n dt. Okay, so to solve this integration we'll use substitution method. Substitute this st. Okay, so st equals to p. Okay, on differentiating we have s dt equals to dp. Okay, now substitute t and dt into this equation. Okay, so this equals to integration e raised to power minus p, t will be p over s raised to power n, and dt will be dp over s. Okay, in this equation variable is t. Okay, and the limit of t is from 0 to t equals to infinity. Okay, and in this equation variable is p. Okay, so when t equals to 0, p is 0, and when t equals to infinity, p will also be infinity. Okay, so limit will be from 0 to infinity. Okay, hence Laplace transform of t raised to power n, this equals to 0 to infinity e raised to power minus p, p over s raised to power n dp over s. Okay, now taking this s outside the integration sign. Okay, so it will be 1 over s raised to power n plus 1 integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus p p raised to power n dp. Now wait, see more carefully. You will see that this integration looks like a gamma function. Okay, let me recall you what is gamma function. Gamma n equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus x raised to power n minus 1 dx, and this integral will be convergent when n is greater than 0. Okay, so when you compare these two equations, you will see in place of x we have p, okay, and here in power of p there should be minus 1. Okay, so I will add plus 1 and minus 1. Okay, so this integration will be gamma n plus 1. Okay, so this equals to 1 over s raised to power n plus 1 into gamma n plus 1. Okay, so Laplace transform of t raised to power n equals to gamma n plus 1 over s raised to power n plus 1. Okay, let's find the Laplace transform of e raised to power at. Laplace transform of e raised to power at. Okay, and this equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus t e raised to power at dt. Okay, now collecting these two terms, so we have integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus s minus a t dt. Okay, and this integral will only be convergent if s minus a greater than 0 or s is greater than a. Okay, hence on integrating we have minus 1 over s minus a e raised to power minus s minus a t, limit is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so on putting limit we have minus 1 over s minus a. Okay, so on putting limit we have 0 minus 1. Okay, and this equals to 1 over s minus a. Okay, hence Laplace transform of e raised to power at is 1 over s minus a. Okay, let's find the Laplace transform of sin at. Laplace transform of sin at, this equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st sin at dt. Okay, and we know that integration of e raised to power bt sin at equals to e raised to power bt into b sin at minus a cos at over a square plus b square. Okay, so using this formula we can find the integration of this integral. Okay, so applying the formula we have e raised to power minus st into minus s sin at minus a cos at over a square plus s square. Okay, and limit is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so taking this 1 over a square plus s square outside because it is constant. Okay, so this equals to 1 over s square plus a square. Okay, so on putting limit we have 0 minus minus a. Okay, and this equals to a over s square plus a square. Okay, hence Laplace transform of sin at is a over s square plus a square. Similarly, you can also find the Laplace transform of cos at. Okay, so Laplace transform of cos at, and this comes out to be s over s square plus a square. Okay, now let's find the Laplace transform of sine hyperbolic at. So Laplace transform of sine hyperbolic at. Okay, and this equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st sine hyperbolic at dt. Okay, and we know that sine hyperbolic at equals to e raised to power at minus e raised to power minus at over 2. Okay, now substitute this value of sine hyperbolic at into this equation. Okay, so on substituting we have Laplace transform of sine hyperbolic at, this equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st into e raised to power at minus e raised to minus at over 2 dt. Okay, so taking these two outside the integration sign, so we have 1 over 2 integration from 0 to infinity, multiplying this e raised to power st inside the bracket, so we have e raised to power minus st into e raised to power at minus e raised to minus st into e raised to power minus at dt. Okay, now separating this integral into two integrals, this equals to half integration 0 to infinity e raised to power minus s minus at minus half 0 to infinity e raised to power minus s plus a t dt. Okay, first integral will converge if s minus a is greater than 0, that is s is greater than a. Okay, and second integral will converge if s plus a is greater than 0, that is s is greater than minus a. Okay, so in general I can say this whole integration will only be convergent if s is greater than modulus of a. Okay, now integrate these two integrals. Okay, so on integrating we have minus 1 over 2 s minus a into e raised to power minus s minus a dt, limit is from 0 to infinity, plus half s plus a into e raised to minus s plus a t, limit is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so on putting limit we have minus 1 over 2 s minus a 0 minus 1 plus 1 over 2 s plus a 0 minus 1. Okay, so on solving we have 1 over 2 s minus a minus 1 over 2 s plus a. Okay, so simplifying, on simplifying we have this equals to 2a over 2 s square minus a square. Okay, 2 can be cancelled out and this equals to a over s square minus a square. Okay, hence Laplace transform of sine hyperbolic at equals to a over s square minus a square. Okay, similarly you can also find the Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at, and this comes out to be Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at equals to s over s square minus a square. Okay, and for when s is greater than modulus of a. Okay, so this video ends here. In the next we will discuss sufficient condition for the existence of Laplace transform. So if you don't want to miss that video, subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon. Thank you, thanks for watching.